We're live here on Fog Football. Rangers have defeated Dundee 5-2. This is your match review, of course. That means the title race drags a wee bit on, doesn't it? It means it drags on till tomorrow, till 7:30 tomorrow when Kelly are at home to Celtic. Dundee's European hopes are in the bin. And after 40 minutes, it looked like they were well and truly out in the bin because they were 2-0 up. And that should never be happening at Ibrox. It was awful. And all these doubters, right? That have, in my opinion, you could say been not out of order, but they've got half a point now because you look at that first half, man. It was just as bad as like the end days of Bale and Gio, and we just need to get to this summer, and we need to seriously sort it out here. But we're gonna go through some comments. We're gonna go through the incidents that happened in the game. There was nothing really controversial. I mean, I think Dessers, there was a push in the first half that people wanted a penalty for. But yeah, this is your match review at the end of the day for the vid. And I spent 2 hours talking about this game in a watch along. It was the real McCoy over there. It was a good. It was fun. It was fun. Like the game itself wasn't very fun, but you know there was a lot to talk about, a lot to digest. And when it went 2-0 down, I was expecting a meltdown. We were expecting a walkout in the 55th minute, but that never happened, didn't it? No, it didn't. So that was a wee bit of a, well, I say a letdown. I think what the attendance was 45,700 or just something like that. So we're about 4,000 and a bit off what Ibrox can do. So that was a wee bit not surprising. I mean, there was not that many people there. I think a lot of people scanned their ticket and then just pissed off. So I actually think there was less than 45,000 there. To be brutally honest about it. But of course, if you're wondering what does that do for the goal difference when we get into the actual game itself, that leaves it at 4 Celtic. So say Celtic lose tomorrow, that puts it at 3. Because Celtic need to lose tomorrow. The goal difference is irrelevant unless they lose tomorrow. Of course, it's over anyway. But for those people keeping their hopes alive, Celtic lose 1 or 2-1 tomorrow. That takes the goal difference to 3. Then obviously you need St Mirren to beat Celtic anyway, so that means Rangers would need to win 3-0 at Tynecastle to get the job done because Celtic have scored more goals. So for anybody out there hoping that there's a chance, there you go. I've just laid out in live and in living colour. There's no chance, all right? There's not a hope in hell that that's going to happen in that regard. But welcome everybody to the live chat. Let everybody get in. Breathe it in, man. 10 viewers. We're getting there. It's the aftermath. That watch along was great. It was 2 goals going in. It was meltdown mode from Dundee's perspective. It was paradise mode from their perspective when they went 2-0 up. And they've really thrown away a great chance of getting European football, man. Because Rangers were shit, but Dundee couldn't capitalise on it, and a shite goal for Ross McCausland for half-time got the job done. But how did the game start? Of course, Rangers lining up with the likes of Butland, Tavernier, the usual guys in there, but Davies and King in at the centre-back positions was a bit surprising, to say the least. And then at left-back, of course, was Yilmaz. I'm hearing you. You're saying if Yilmaz was fit enough to start this game, then why didn't he start the Old Firm? Guess is as good as mine. I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. How about some of that? Some of that. But that's what Clement's been drinking because some of the choices the guy's been making, it's not been good. But Diamonde and Raskin were the 2 centre mids on the day. Front 3 and just in front of them, Cantwell, McCausland and Silva, then Dessers up front. So again, people can lay blame. Rangers went 2-0 down, weak mentally. It's the same old players. Tavernier's really the only old guard in that team today. There is a few on the bench that have been there a number of years, like have just failed, like Wright and Roof and Barisic. But in terms of who started that game, Tavernier's really the only one. Everyone else has came in January there. Thank fuck you're here. Otherwise, I need to listen to the crapple negative. But yeah, you look at the rest of the team, it's pretty much everyone else is. I think the oldest people in the team would be, not oldest in terms of age, but in terms of when they've come in, would be Cantwell and Raskin, and they only came in like 15 months ago. So you look at it that way, you can blame the Rangers old guard all you want, but there's a lot of players today. I mean, if that team started at Parkhead minus probably King in at centre back, everyone would have been relatively Happy Silverwing, you're getting stuck in about the Rangers rabble. What about the Rangers rabble? They're live right now, and Fog Football deserves all their viewers because guess what? They're all boring bastards over in the Rangers rabble. 18 viewers have heard it. They're all jumping ship. It's like the 90s. You're all jumping ship from WCW to WWE. This is much better over here. But yeah, Rangers rabble. Who's on the Rangers rabble tonight? Not that I really care, but they're all a wee bit mince at the end of the day. But yeah, let's talk about the game. So I've already went through. I know, man, I'm with you. Yes, you are, Silverwing. What a legend. Channel legend. If you want to go to Hall of Fame status, then you send us a super chat and I'll book your ticket to the Hall of Fame. But this game did begin. Rangers were quite poor. Dundee weren't really doing much at it. It was just a really poor game, man. In a game that, they need to be scoring goals and actually playing well. You wouldn't think this is a team looking for a reaction here. It looked like a team that is done and just waiting for the summer and like the fans. But here, it was pathetic. And Dundee get their 2 goals. I know I'm just glossing over 38 minutes of the half, but you know what? No wonder I am. McCausland did have a decent opportunity where they made a mistake at the back, Dundee. He cut in, kind of like what he did at Celtic, but it was awful. Yilmaz was brilliant, I thought, in the first 15 minutes. He was creating everything, and it just shows. Why didn't he play at Celtic Park? But he didn't. McCausland puts it straight at the goalie. Dessers is complaining why he's not getting the ball past to him, but the reality is, right, he doesn't move with the ball. He doesn't follow McCausland. By the time if McCausland played at the Dessers, he would have been absolute nowhere near it. Absolutely. And then after that, the 2 Dundee goals, man. The first one, I mean, it's just a free kick out left, whipped across, no one there, and it's just put in at the back post into at the end of the day. Pathetic. Then you've got the second goal, which is a flick into the back of the net, 2 assists from the same guy. 100% agree. James Cochran, miracles do happen. As I said, Kelly score first. Tomorrow Celtic will ball it, then we move on to Saturday. But tomorrow's a tough game, right? Without bottles and crashing. But it's about Saturday. They're not going to drop points on Saturday. I'm sorry, man. Last day you could say anything could happen. It's like tonight, Man City against Tottenham. Realistically, everyone knows that Tottenham were the team to take points off Man City for Arsenal. Heung-min Son misses that chance at 1-0. Then City win 2-0. It's things like that. It's no chance, no faith in West Ham, no faith in St Mirren, and no one. See this title talk. This people should only be talking like this as if Kelly's already beat Celtic. I mean, we've got 2 games for them to lose in a row, which they've already lost 2 games in a row this season, right? But no one, it's over. Come on, we need to accept it. But I'll welcome it. I'll welcome on Saturday if there's like 5 minutes to go and St Mirren are winning 2-0. I'll take that. We can still hope, but here, it's the hope that kills. 22 goals for Big Dessers, not bad. But even the night, man, he's missing like open nets for 3 yards out. It's like, what are you doing? Concrete Cody Quickfire Maguire. What a name that is. We ain't winning the league, and we don't deserve to. We don't deserve to win the league. We absolutely deserved it when we clawed the gap back, but we've blown it since then. Silverwing, we can still hope. Of course we can. Of course we can. But McCausland did make it 2-1, guys. Good finish. Straight at the goalie, just like his shot beforehand, but he made it 2-1. Then we go into half time. And then we're thinking, right, this planned walkout, is it going to happen? It didn't happen, but Cyril Dessers did get a goal. It's over, but on the Kelly, exactly. Dinky Shorts, what a legend. Your super chat earlier will not be forgotten, lest we forget. I don't forget about those sort of super chats in there, big man. But yeah, Dessers with a header. I mean, it's decent header at the end of the day. Dessers and Silva didn't play too bad tonight, but all the young Scottish players come on, stole the show. That's what these games should be. I say these games, only one more to go. But we've seen it like 2 seasons ago when we played Hearts last day of the season, like with Lowry, and we won 3-0. None of those players really went anywhere at the end of the day. But yeah, then we get Cantwell's goal, and I've got a big problem with this because he scores, right? I don't care if he means it. It's the celebrating. It's the I think it's John Cena, man, coming out to the ring. Then really? No, not for me. I don't understand why he's done it, to be honest, because you're celebrating, the league's over. I mean, we're beating Dundee 3-2. We came back for 2-0 down. Well done. Hopefully we couldn't see him like Big Match John. No, not 16-time champ, mate. You've got one League Cup to your name. You don't have 16 world titles. So know your role. All right. John Cena's the man. Todd Cantwell. Don't pretend to be John. You will just fail in the process. Then we get our fourth goal. Well, Scott Wright gets a brace at the end of the game. All right. Good for him. I mean, it helps the goal difference in case a miracle does happen, but it's not going to happen. And that's pretty much your game for Dundee. Now, what does it do? Well, it delays the title, of course. We did have also tonight Partick Thistle defeating Raith Rovers. Or did Raith Rovers defeat Partick Thistle? Raith Rovers defeated Partick Thistle, didn't they? And obviously Man City defeated Tottenham. But has anybody got any other questions here in this Rangers Dundee live stream? We've got 28 people watching, 10 minutes in. Let's try and get a good show of this one. Because it wasn't that much. I mean, 7 goals, like the game just felt flat, didn't it? That's probably what happens though when you go 2-0 down. You're wishing for Big Match John to come out. It just wasn't happening in the slightest. Big Match John was not interested. Absolutely not. But Scott Wright, I mean, he scores 2 goals, and what we're supposed to pretend that the 3 years of mediocrity, or however long it's been, is forgotten about? No, it's not, man. It's same with Roof. Roof comes on, he's getting these like half chances, and it's like, yeah, what were you doing against Celtic, bro? Absolutely nothing. This night could have went horribly wrong. I mean, I started doing the dishes 2-0 down. Yeah, it could have went a lot worse, but it didn't. But again, like you say, we lose 2-0, and say we lose 2-0. What changes? Obviously, the league's officially over, but grand scheme of things doesn't really do anything. At least we saw some of the players, though. Come on, some of the youngsters, and give us a bit of hope for a rather bleak future. But at this stage, I just want this Hearts game to be done. I just want the Celtic game to be done. I just want the Euros to come on, and you're chill. It's warm. It's toasty. We're thinking about the Euros. We're thinking about the summer, and it's rebuild time. Pre-season then comes around, and then you lose the first game of the season. Then you get knocked out in the third qualifying round of the Champions League. You're already 4 points behind Celtic going into the first Old Firm. That's what can happen, and that's why the summer needs to be right for Rangers. Will it though? But anyway, let's focus on the positives. We've seen some good football last 20 minutes. Nice touches, nice pass. Yeah, there was some good play. There was, but again, the pressure's off though. I know you're saying positives, right? But at that point, the pressure's off. I know the last 20 minutes it was realistically 3-2, didn't score till like late on, but come on, at 2-0, I was getting my Doc Martens on and heading up to Ibrox to meet Clement. What are you, dinky shorts? Good night to meet Clement. Yeah, no, the first half was hopeless, man. It was just like no direction. There was like no game plan. It was just like players running about, Yilmaz doing his own thing, which works, by the way. I thought he was good. We're down to 13 viewers. What's going on there? We're at 28. We've lost half of the viewers. Is everyone into the Rangers ramble or whatever, man? But it's a decent result. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's 5-2. Time will tell if it matters. See about 3 o'clock on Saturday. That's when we'll know if it matters. But see tomorrow about 9:30, we'll know if it won't matter as well. And it probably won't. But is there any CJ Novo might be up? Nah, not a chance his review's up this early. I don't know. Is he at the game? I think he goes to the bit. No, I don't get right. He always tweets, right? Like during the games. If he does go, which I'm assuming he does, right? But it's like there's no like 4G connection whatsoever. Well, my phone's pissed. I don't get 4G anywhere, so that's probably the problem that I've got. But no, it's probably the Rangers rabble. Still game on the background. Winston's fixing Joe's roof. And as Gerrard said, Rangers needed to fix the roof while the sun was shining, not while it's pissing down. You don't even have Twitter. Yeah, Twitter. I got blocked about 1 million times, but then Elon Musk bought it, and it was pretty much impossible to get blocked on it. So that was fun there. It was comfortable in the end. So yeah, good for a nice coat, Stevie G coat. It was 694 on the rabble, 24 here. What's that? They're 670 ahead. The Tuesday night wars are not exactly going to plan here. They're not. 23. I was doing well. I had like 200 earlier. The Crapple. It is. I think there's a few people on the Rangers rabble that are all right and got decent. Like the Lewis guy who was hosting it last night. I think his name's Lewis. Might have got that wrong. I think he's all right. But like that Wilf guy, I don't know. He just seems like a moonbeam of the highest order. Yeah, over on my channel, 200 was having a party, and earlier on here, man, it was like 100 as well. So it's good. It was good. What a debate. They're all right, but kind of boring at the same time. Yeah, I mean, I would put them on and listen to them in the background, like if I was doing something. But just to hear other people's opinion other than my own in like a video format. Ross Clark is legend. Ross Clark. Clark Gable. I don't even know what this emoji is. What is that? Turquoise, unhappy, sound maneuver. Silverwing and Dinky Shorts are the channel legends at this point, getting fired into that comment section. That's what we're here for. Right, let's engage with the audience. Let's start a poll. Will Celtic win the league tomorrow? I don't want them to, but they're going to. Keep the dream alive? Absolutely. Absolutely. No, vote no then. Oh, we got one vote. Someone voted yes. Oh, they're back. 5 votes. See the people voting that aren't commenting? Get commenting. Get the questions asked. Any questions about the Morris games as well? Nick, even the next Hibs manager, I'll answer it right here, right now. Let's see how that's going to go. Hats off, Shug. You were right. You were right, big man. You're sitting targets here. The inevitable. It was delaying the inevitable. I tell you what, like they say that live, that watch along, that was like the longest 2 hours of my life watching that game, especially the first half, man. Jesus. Second half was alright, as some people have said. But it was soul destroying for the first bit. I do think. Come on, Kelly. Fuck yous all, man. I'm with you, big man. What changes would you make during the summer? Do we have all night? We might have all night. Get rid of everyone that's out of contract. I would get rid of Tav. Get rid of Goldson. I'd get rid of Doyle. I'd get rid of Yilmaz. I'm sorry, you can't. He's too injured, man. You can't build around it. It's a shame, but you can't. And you can get a bit of money for him, so get rid of him. I'd bring a lot more youth in the friendlies to try and get them more accustomed to the next season instead of this sorry excuse of I'll play one game at the end of the season and forgotten about for a year. Who would I make captain? Butland or Sterling? I would be making captain. I think we should move Tav in the midfield. Yep, right mid. I mean, obviously some people said play him in the midfield, like Cam, the centre attacking midfield position. Potentially. Could work. But I mean, there's so many changes that need done, man. It's hard to kind of list them all off in one. But it's one of those things that need done, isn't it? In order to move forward. I mean, who do you think should be captain? If Kelly take it to the last day, Celtic can win the treble. Wait, what? If Kelly take it to the last day, Celtic can. What do you mean? If Kelly take it to the last day, Celtic can won the treble league, and Rodgers sacked. What are you on about, Pat? Oh, wait. I'm kind of confused. I don't understand that question. Looking at the squad, go 3-5-1-1. It would fix so many problems overnight. Yes, Stuart, probably would. Where's the money coming from? To get new players, yeah. I mean, you probably have to sell players, and the players you probably have to sell, you don't want to get rid of. I mean, Tav, yes, I want rid of him. Hopefully, Saudi come in for him, but the likes of Jack Butland don't want rid of him. But I mean, if 15 million comes in, you'd be stupid not to take it. You'd be absolutely stupid not to take it. It is what it is. Let's see. I do not think anyone in our current squad should be captain next season. But see, it's hard to bring someone in and just appoint them captain, but where are things harmed? Rodgers has been an embarrassment all season. Yeah, he has been a bit of a fud, but you know what? We had a chance, great chances to shut him up, and we haven't. him talking about, I'm watching City Tottenham tonight, things like that. Oh, we're going to have some fun. Oh, he's called me a novice. But you know what? If Rangers put them to the sword and won the league, we'd have had the fun. He'd have looked like a novice and he'd have been greeting through his fucking his eyes. He wouldn't have been able to see any TV the night. Well, they still haven't won on Killy's fantastic plastic this season. It'll be a stretch for them tomorrow. It'll be a tough game, but you know, all they need is a draw. You know, if they're drawing 0-0, I mean, there's really no need for them to go for a goal. I mean, like in the dying embers, that is. So, again, it is what it is. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, that game will be interesting tomorrow, won't it, Kelly? Against Celtic, what do we think? I might actually put that. Will Celtic win the league tomorrow? I mean, I guess that kind of is a similar poll as Snow. 69% no, 30%. But why are the numbers so wrong? Like, how can it not be? How's it not just 70? Agreed. Rodgers took extremeable winning all conquering team and turned them into X, and a treble winning team all conquering and turned them into boring mediocrity. Exactly. And he gets praised for it. I mean, Celtic fans would have expected probably. I know trebles don't come around easy, but they would have expected to win a treble this season. Could win a double, but not the way they would have expected it. And that's why Rangers need to win this cup and make some sort of dent into them. Scott Wright getting a brace just doesn't feel right. It doesn't. Balogun would make a good captain. He would. I mean, he's old, isn't he? I mean, how long are we going to have to keep relying on Balogun? Come on, plastic killies. Lol. Celtic loses on that plastic pitch. Absolutely. What about Cantwell for captain? No, I don't want Cantwell for captain. He's actually pissed me off upon belief tonight, because what he was doing, man, celebrating that goal like an absolute weapon. I do not understand it. John McGoldrick. It's a guy. God, don't turn off, Winston. Still game reference, folks. But yeah, we'll try and go to the half an hour mark tonight. Why not? Too young, Cantwell. Too much in attitude. It's not even that he's too young. I don't think being. I mean, he's not even that young. He's like 26, isn't he? 27. That's nowhere near. Cantwell as a captain would be leading celebration training drills. Fuck, he probably would be, wouldn't he? If Jack could stay fit, he would do the job as captain. Yep, but he's not. You know, I mean, that's the problem. Let's see, mentality. Great to see the Rangers play with real freedom, not the pressure's off. Pathetic. No chance. You lot will win it. Captain bottle jobs. Who are we talking about? Topic talker. Are you talking about Celtic? Are you talking about Rangers? Has to be Rangers. Only has one captain. Only one captain bottle jobs. Here, David Connor says, I had my party hat on at 2-0. He had his party hat on at 2-0. I'm surprised it ended at 5-2. If you heard anything about Davis getting a testimonial, is he just gone for good? I mean, he should get a testimonial, shouldn't he? I thought he was going to definitely get one. I know he was in. Whoever Arfield plays, he was at that testimonial. It wasn't a testimonial there, but he was like getting the whole hospitality treatment over there. So that's the latest I can tell you about Stephen Davis at the end of the day. But what else? Treble. The real indictment versus Rodgers is the performance versus the lesser teams abysmal. Brendan Ball cannot beat the low block. Celtic won the league because Rangers bottled it. Yep, Rangers did bottle it. We've definitely let them off the hook, but that's why he's acting smug. That's why he's whipping his Gucci belt out, because at the end of the day, we are the guys that we've thrown it away. Say what you want about Celtic, but they've been average throughout the entire season. I think they've been better, obviously, in the last couple of games. As for us, shite at the start, good in the middle, and complete shit towards the end. And that's what's happened, man. It's better to be consistently average than up and down like a fucking yo-yo. We also gave them a penalty, a goal, and a red card. We did. We had the 8-point lead, and you bottled it. Yeah, but Celtic bottled the lead initially, right? And then Rangers bottled it when we went ahead. We could have went 5 points clear on numerous occasions. Could have beat Motherwell, Didn't. Could have beat Celtic at Ibrox and then won their 2 games in hand and went 5 points clear. Team just did not want it. Rodgers has beaten Clermont twice. Celtic have been the better team in all 4 Old Firm games. Yeah, can't complain with that. They've easily been the better team in all 4 Old Firm games. There's no complaints here. Complaining. We didn't even turn up for those games. We didn't. I couldn't even tell you which one's the worst one. I mean, the 1-0 was bad, right? The 1-0 was so bad. But that was Beale. You know what I mean? That was Beale. It's like the expectations, yeah. I thought we'd win, but it's the free each game that really fucking bothered me. The first half really grinded my gears. Could Rangers versus Northern Ireland serve as a suitable tribute to Stephen Davis? Could. Is that going to happen though? Is that where's that going to happen? Windsor Park? I think he'd love that, wouldn't he? Or he'd probably not. It would be at Ibrox, so he would love it. Diamande, not a good sign for Rangers. Celtic's free, just push him all off the pitch. Yeah, there was talk he could have potentially seen a red card for that elbow on Hatate. I don't think there was nothing in that though. I think it would have been desperate to send him off 5 minutes into the game for that, but no one really mentioned it. Ross McCausland would be switching sides at half time. It would be. It's a bike flies past. But what other questions we've got? Fire the questions in. You want to send a super chat? Go ahead. Take a shot of that whiskey for a super chat. All right. Hatate is class above Diamande. Hatate is class. I remember when Diamande opened the scoring against St Johnstone, that 3-0 win that took Rangers top. I was like, that is the difference. You sign someone like that, get the first goal in a game, crucial. Morgan Whittaker would be a good signing. Plays for my local club, Plymouth Argyle, right winger, scored some goals in the Championship this year. Yep, we were looking at him last summer, and for whatever reason, didn't sign him. Silver Wine, how come we keep making these great comebacks in the second half? If it was the Celtic, it's all positive talk. I don't know why we keep making them in the second half. But see again, why not just play for that at the get-go? See why we scored 4 goals in the second half. Why not score 4 goals in the first half? So is it another rebuild then? It will be. It has to be. It can only be another rebuild. It's pathetic, man, sitting here talking about another rebuild, but that's just the way it is. That's just the way. That's just the way it is. It's a shame, but bar Sterling, one of the Rangers players is anywhere near Celtics. Not. I mean, Jack Butland is. Jack Butland and Sterling, come on. Who's paying? You tell me. Jack Butland will probably leave to pay. That's probably how I see that going. Because I don't see what other way Rangers are going to be able to fund it. At the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, so Barisic was walking around the Hold on, what? Silverwing Rangers only play well when behind in a game of the league. Bottlers, yeah, true. I'm talking in midfield. Oh, midfield. Right, that's fair enough. Why were they playing the song "I'm Going to Lick Your Arse Tonight" at halftime on the tannoy? Well, I didn't hear it, but here I'm not going to say it didn't happen. I don't know why they were doing that. Why were they doing that? Tell me. That's just the way it is. Red Dead Redemption 2 song. I didn't complete Red Dead 2. Red Dead Redemption, I don't know, it just doesn't interest me, man. It doesn't. Grand Theft Auto is smokes Red Dead at the water. There's nothing better than jumping in a car, jumping on a horse. What is this? Aberdeen? Where's Celtic? Just take the piss out of them. They do. They bully the midfield, and it's lost every game. And for some reason, we play players that just can't deal with it. John Lundstrom. Who's paying? Silly question. Rangers can now borrow money from any bank. They are begging to lend. Rangers just need to get it sorted out, don't they? You were the one who was singing it. Wait, I was singing it? That's just the way it is. No. Right, anyway, final questions here. I'm going to wrap this up. Half an hour in, man. I've actually talked for about 5 hours today here on YouTube. Silver Wing, aye, big man. Cantwell's nowhere near O'Reilly. Look at the stats. I know you don't need to tell me that, man. Don't need to look at the stats. I know factual information. Goals and assists, that is stats, but Cantwell just needs to add goals and assists, man. He would be, but then you can say about any player. We'll add goals and assists. The fans leaving early. The last home game was embarrassing and counterproductive. Yeah, what about that 55-minute thing? But fans leave early all the time. I get it. The last home game, it's supposed to be you clap them off, but yeah, I can see why fans are pissed. Dinky Shorts, what a legend. You're the man. Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer right there. Hall of Famer right there. Absolutely. Dinky Shorts. Cantwell got one assist and one goal the night. Cantwell. Tim Pool, no. You can ask me more questions. I'll stay here all night. Just keep the super chats coming. I'll stay here to do the wee hours. Cantwell got one assist and one times goal the night. He did. Cantwell's just a TikTok fraud. I just don't like him celebrating, though, right? I just don't like Cantwell. It's not that you can't celebrate, but it's like he's made it 3-2 in a game that's pretty much irrelevant, and we were 2-0 down. And he's given it the biggin like this. See if he did that on Saturday to make it like 2-0, right? Against Celtic, and it's like, 89th minute, by all means do that celebration. But 3-2 up against Dundee, where we were 2-0 down, and he's acting the big man. Like, I want to defend the guy so much, right? And I would love it if he was doing that while we were on top and winding Celtic up and whatever, and other teams up. But come on, man. It's simply no good enough. Lol, keep them coming. Yes. Thank you, Shorts. Keep them coming, big man. Silverwing, Cantwell, never done anything against Celtic when it matters. No, he hasn't. No, yeah, he scored that goal in a game that didn't matter. Aye, but he didn't get picked. Well, you're right. He didn't get picked, but if that's his way in a game against Dundee to show, like, here, I'm still here, sort of thing, it's pathetic. It is. I mean, you're not bigger than the club, and him doing that to like one up Clement, like, you should have picked me, doesn't do anything for us. Even though we all agree here that Clement should have picked Cantwell over Tom Lawrence. I don't agree with that method to the madness, so to speak. It's a shame Google take too much. It is. Fuck. Why do they? What did I think Google take? What, 33%? I believe, something like that. Not ideal from Google, but here at least you get a bit. At least you get 67%. Could be worse. O'Reilly's done it when it matters. Top player. He has. Can't disagree with that. Against Aberdeen, semi-final, got the goal, got the opening goal on Saturday there, and he's had numerous other crucial goals for Celtic this season. I mean, the first half of the season, O'Reilly carried Celtic. He really did. 30% or whatever, then tax. But you don't need to worry about the tax. You can worry about the 30%. The tax affects us. Okay, Seema, yes or no? I don't know, man. He's picking up those injuries, and it's like, can we really afford to spend $7 million on a guy? Yes, that is proven, but I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if $7 million on Seema's worth it, because if we're spending $4 million on Diamande, or 4.5, whatever it is, and then $7 million on Seema, that's $11 million. Who else can we really bring in? And I think that's why we might not get Seema. I 100% Cantwell. He should let his football do the talking. Absolutely. Did you mention 67? I didn't. By the way, Tav is scared to death of DM, who roasted him again on Saturday. See Dyson Maeda, man. Like, see, in terms of what he does, I actually think I think he's easily the best, one of the best in the world. By the way, I think he is. See it, like, tracking people doing. It's mental. He has Tavernier's number every Old Firm, and he's made such a difference since he's came back. Let's see. What happens if Celtic lose the next 2 games and Rangers win the next 2? Well, it depends on the goal difference, right? Obviously, the goal difference tonight is 4. So if Celtic lost 1-0 tomorrow, that means it would be 3. And then obviously Rangers need Celtic to lose anyway. So say they lose 1-0 to St Mirren, that would take it to 2, which means Rangers would need to win by 3 goals at Tynecastle because Celtic have scored more goals. So yeah, pretty much Rangers need a minimum of 3 goals no matter what at Tynecastle without a response to win this league. Unless obviously Kelly beat Celtic 5-0 and St Mirren beat Celtic 5-0, but that's not going to happen. So yeah, anyone for that? Chalky. T on it. You do not get, but it is paid. But see, I think that's just not right about the super chats though. Like, regardless, we get whatever we get given, and then I click like end stream, it brings up how much you get, and it hasn't actually taxed it. It only gets taxed when your analytics come in a day or two. 67 is the average IQ of a boy. Why do we got Celtic fans here? Why do Celtic puppets do that? Who goes to Cedric shows when they play? Well, to be fair, mate, this is fog football, Silver Wing, but we are talking about a Rangers game, but it is in the title about Celtic, so I'm not going to complain about them being here too much. Or we can dream. St Mirren beats Celtic 3-0. What have I noticed is Dyson Maida's getting away from James Tavernier more in these games. He is. But that's it, man. Dyson Maida's he's not that old. Tavernier is getting older. Tavernier defending against Maida is only going to get worse, and I just hope Celtic get rid of him. He's such a nuisance, man. The big man, to James Tavernier. It is infuriating to watch, and you just can't do anything about it. Like, how many times in that game on Sunday or Saturday in Old Firm games has Dyson Maida just tracked Tav throughout the midfield when he's on a run, won the ball back, and started a counter attack? You couldn't. I mean, in the entirety of the Old Firms in recent years when those two have been playing, I'd say about 20 times, at least 20 times, and it's cost Rangers chances, and it's probably scored Celtic goals like it did. Well, I know he didn't track him back for the goal against the Lundstrom goal. Don't forget your shovel when you go to work. No danger, big man. I'm about to agree with Big Ben here. I'm a Hearts fan. The fact this season's been one of our best, and this has been one of your worst, shows how Scottish football needs improving. Absolutely. Both Old Firm teams pretty poor. The Rangers way worse than Celtic. It looks like that's the way it's going to end with a 6-point gap. And Hearts are still nowhere near. It needs improving, man. How do you go about it? I have no idea. Just Hearts. No, what Hearts need to do though. Hearts need to keep on hold of their players, right? Keep finishing third. I know next year I think there's no more guaranteed football, right? So European football, what Hearts need to do though is just keep getting that European money and using it to build an edge closer. That's the only chance teams, unless you're getting like a massive takeover, but that's not going to happen, sadly, for the weird teams. Celtic channels are full of Rangers fans. It's called banter. I guess that is true. Everyone gives each other banter. Dyson Maida's not even the best player ability-wise, but he roasted Tav at Ibrox, and on Saturday he beat him so easily for the second goal he did, man. It's just like Tav couldn't even be arsed. I don't know what was Tav thinking, to be honest, in that game. Just not good enough for Tav. I mean, he does it every game with Maida. And there's me thinking that Maida was going to be out for the season, and that would have made such a difference. I can assure you. Let's see what other comments. I always wanted a sort of playoff between the top 4 to give everyone a chance, but I don't think Old Firm fans would get behind it. They wouldn't. I know Ewan Cameron suggested that, right? And I get it. I think there needs to be something, right, that gets the rest of the teams closer, right? Shout out to Dinky Shorts. You're a legend, by the way. Another fiver, man. That's brilliant. I'll do what needs to be done in a wee minute as I answer this question. But Celtic and Rangers have dominated, but it is also unfair on them that like Celtic or Rangers could win the league by like 20 points, and then all that goes undone because there's a playoff system in play. They want to turn it into like an NFL thing. I get it. It would benefit the league. It would help the league in the sense it would make it more competitive, and other teams would have a chance of winning the league. But I don't think it's the correct way to go. And because it's not, they would still feel like league titles. I was going to say, like, would it really feel like league titles to like Hearts, Aberdeen, Hibs? But of course it would. They'd take anything at this rate. If Maida could dribble, he'd be at Real Madrid. He probably would be. There's a man playing a mandolin. Tab won't be here next season. Nothing wrong with it, but a banter. To think neither the old firm would pay $3 million for Lewis Ferguson's laughable. Absolutely. Same with McGinn. It's pathetic. Tab a Hall of Famer, but he's a serial loser to Celtic. What caused Rangers' poor starts to games recently? They're shite. That's what's causing their poor starts. I don't know. They've been starting shite to games pretty much all season. Rangers, there's not really much more else to say there. Physically, I think we are superior against Rangers. We physically bully. Yeah, that's what Rangers need to overload the midfield because they don't do anything up front anyway, right? That's what Rangers need to do. They need to just load the midfield. I said in the preview to that Old Firm game, like, just play 5 midfielders. Why not? Why not go for 5 midfielders? Raskin, Diamonde, Sterling, with like 2 creative ones in front. But no, never doing that. Never doing that in a million years. And Rangers will never learn. They lose. I mean, midfield battles are the key. Like, if you look at Rangers, right, during the 55 season, wasn't just the midfield battles, but I mean, Rangers had Davis, Kamara, Aribo, Kamara, big physical players, man, able to do and be able to control games. Rangers don't have anybody to control a game in the midfield now. We don't. I'm a neutral, but it seems that the only thing that will cause Rangers to win the league is a Celtic slip-up, and that happened this year, and nothing happened. I know that sounds obvious, but they struggled to match them in the past decade. Obvious, yeah. It does sound obvious, it's the truth, though, isn't it? Clement reminds of Le Guen, Paul Le Guen. Hopefully not. Hopefully freaking not, guys. Hopefully not. Jeez, man, 5 to 11. I've been talking about Rangers all day. All day. I've did what? I did an hour stream this morning, then R25 on my channel, then a 2-hour watch along. So that's what, 4 hours 25. I've talked about Rangers today for 5 hours, man, and that's not even including anything else that's been done. Well, what will Celtic realistically achieve in Europe next season, judging by previous year's results compared to Rangers? What will they realistically achieve? I mean, I'm a fair man. I'm not biased with the new format. It depends on the window, man. Everything. I mean, I think they'll lose key players. Will they replace them? I'm not too sure. And I'm not saying the group last year was easy, right? Atletico, Lazio, and Feyenoord. But that's a group, if Celtic are ever to progress out of, that is the group to do it. They didn't. Yeah, they picked up a win against Feyenoord and a draw against... Who'd they draw with? Was it Lazio? No, it was Atletico Madrid Celtic drew with, wasn't it? I think they could pick up a win or two, but they're not going to go far, I don't think, unless there's like big changes made. But again, a couple of wins would be an improvement on this last season. Clement made some subs tonight that got us 3 more goals. He did. Raskin's never done an Old Firm either. Tati's outclassed him and Cantwell in these games. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what combination Rangers fire into the midfield. That's why they need to a complete rebuild. It's the same losers. Even though Cantwell and Raskin, as I said, they haven't been around too long, but they've played in a lot of Old Firms, though they have. Europe is always going to be tough for Scottish teams, especially in the Champions League. The league needs to improve. It does. The league does need to improve. How's it going to improve, though? Guess as good as mine. How do you get to improve a league overall? I mean, you need TV deals, but when you've got the top man, Neil Doncaster, joking around, but wouldn't mind if Amazon took us. I wouldn't mind if Netflix took us. No, that's shite. It's not going to work. I mean, you look at the deal that EFL's getting next year. Every team down to League 2 is going to be shown at home at least 22 times. Work that. Not at home. No, actually, that doesn't sound right because they only barely have 22 games at home, but I think it's like 22 games in total. Now, obviously, with that, a lot of teams, there will be more teams, but that's the deal we need. I get it, right? No one really cares about Ross County playing Livingston. I'm sorry, that's the reality. But here. There's a lot of teams in the league people care about. Seeing you've got the Edinburgh Derby man on, and no one's interested. Like not interested, but no one can watch it. Therefore, to be interested, it's embarrassing, man. 10 Arabs buying the other clubs would help. Yep, oil money would absolutely help. Any sort of money would help. Now it wouldn't matter, wouldn't it not? But you know it is though. Like we're not saying like, oh, we need the 10 other clubs to be bought. All you need is like one or two to make the league a bit more competitive. You know what I mean? It's like look at Rangers, right? Pish this season. Look at Celtic during 55. Pish 25 points behind, still not caught by anybody. It's like see when the other old firm teams having an off season, there should be a team able to beat them. And I know Aberdeen beat Rangers and Rangers first came back up, but that's different, right? It is a bit different now that they've cemented themselves up there. It's not going to happen. Don't worry, St Johnstone will do a Wrexham. Lol, indeed. Topic talker. Hatate takes the piss out of both of them, and they play. Remember when Rangers fans were saying they were as good as Hatate? It's not even close. Hatate's better than both of them. Right, I don't recall anybody saying that. Well, people probably did. I didn't. But yeah, Hatate is the best midfielder in the league. I don't think anybody can really dispute that, especially in his position. P. O'Neill singing up the rebels and get back our teddy heads, our face and tail are all alone with the brains of a foreign land. All right, P. O'Neill. All right, so what other questions here need answered in this stream? As we're probably going to end it, man. I'm wrecked. Talking absolute 11 o'clock. Doing live streams all day. Imagine a league with a strong Aberdeen, Dundee United, Hearts and Hibs. Rangers fans last January, Cantwell Raskin as good as Hatate. Well, I mean, at least last January, right? They hadn't actually seen them play, really. So, I mean, I was at Cantwell's debut, and I was like, that's an all right wee cameo he's made there. But yeah, they're not as good as Hatate. 29 viewers, guys. Any more super chats? Who wants to send one? The shots can get done. I'd love Celtic to get the group of death in the Champions League just so they could take our spot as the worst team in history in the competition. Ireland is the teddy bear with the brains of a foreign land. Fair enough, but I mean, will Celtic take Celtic Rangers' spot as the worst team in the history of the competition? Not too convinced, man. Not too convinced. But yeah, we're going to end this at the 50-minute mark. That's what, less than 3 minutes away. It's bedtime. I'm knackered. So any more questions, get them fired in. Any super chats? Fire away. Amadou Bakayoko is very underrated. I could see him up front at Ibrox with Hadji playing off him. 55 minutes. 55 minutes, come on. Do you want me to give you 55 minutes? That's another 8 minutes away. All right, I'll get it. Super chat for 55 minutes, please. Or super chat for 55 hours. I'll be there 5 hours. I think Bakayoko. I mean, he could play up front at Ibrox, but I mean, how low do we want to go here? I'd rather sign Shankland or Miovski. I get it. It'd be peanuts. How do you do a super chat? See beside the chat. See the dollar sign? Click that, and then it says send super chat, and it's send whatever you want to send, big man. But no one's forced to. Go to sleep, my weary Provo. Big P. O'Neill here, laying the smackdown. Laying the smackdown. So 55 minutes is what people want it to go to. Who wants a Celtic killing watch along tomorrow? Anybody? Could draw. That could draw big time. A Celtic Killie watch along tomorrow. Missed it. An advert came on. What do you mean missed it? An advert came on? No, if you just click the dollar sign, it'll say like show your support for Fog Football. So beside the chat, right, it says add emotes. To the right of that's $1. You click it, and it says send super chat, and it says send a highlighted message. There you go. If you're on a phone, which most people might be actually, because I'm on the laptop, I can't really remember how it works on the phone. It'll be $1 and you click it, send super chat, good night. Stalin is the best player outfield Rangers have. Yeah. 55 to 54 next season is going to be a big one. Yeah, that is going to be a big one because Celtic obviously can go 55. That would take us both joint on league titles. But yeah, that's next year's title. There's a whole year of pain to go next year. We're dealing with this year's pain. Let's back it down a wee bit before we worry about next year's. Let's just get this year's wrapped up, man. It's not even confirmed yet, even though it pretty much is. Don't know why you need to do that focusing. Our revenge will be the laughter of our children. Big P. O'Neill's coming in with these like deep quotes. Tainted titles don't count. Stuart getting stuck in. Everybody's we've got less than 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. Tainted titles don't count. Any other questions, get them fired in. Seeing that hits 55, man. I'm at the door. I'm away, Jose. I'm away, Jose. 4, 48. If Rangers and injuries don't clear up, they're in really hot water in the cup final with Celtic, who are at full strength. Yeah, that is a true point. I don't want to use injuries as an excuse, though, but I guess it is a bit of the truth. Getting fired in there, it will be. I mean, like, King and Davies, like that's probably Balogun. They were talking about he could be back for the final. Balogun and Davies, is that the best way to go? Clement has to get it right. Clement can win a few people over, man, and put a bit of doubt in Celtic's head next season if he can get it right in the cup final. If he gets it wrong again, man, it's just going to be another laughing stock, isn't it? That's all it's going to be. It's going to be another one of them. Dinky shorts, what a man. I don't even have any other. Dun 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 dun. What a man. Big Dinky. What do you call a Sefco fan with a bottle of champagne? Go ahead, big man. What a Celtic fan. What do we call it then? P. O'Neill, let's go. Let's go. Let's have it. Let's have this joke. Let's have this bit of banter. Wrist. A waiter. 40 million spent by Police Scotland to chase Rangers directors for nothing, yet the boys want to say Rangers deprived the British, not the Scottish taxpayer. 14 million. You get stuck into them, Stuart. 19th. We've got 2.5 minutes left to go, man. 55 minutes. What a go. Thank you, Silverwing. What a man. What's that number one? What's that do? And what's the Circle fan do? And Amazon sell them. Good fight back for Rangers tonight. Go. Good luck. Go for the cup final. Don't give up. It's hard not to give up though when it's been this soul destroying, man. Rogers has come on. That's why it's number one. Thank you, Silverwing. This is Superwing. Superwings. Rogers Clement's number. It's looking that way, man. I mean, I can't pretend he doesn't. That's the way it's looking. But we'll be back tomorrow, guys. There'll be more content to follow. Check out my channel, Big Stevie Cool 1872. There'll be fallout for that Dundee game, I'm sure. There'll be fallout. The bank locked the gates of Parkhead, lest we forget. They did. They did do that, didn't they? It's funny though how the banks just go down and slap a lock on a big ass football club, isn't it? It's bizarre how the world works like that, but do not mess. Do not mess with them. All right, do not mess with them. So we've got a minute to go. Any other comments will be gratefully appreciated, and I'll answer them as quickly as I can. But once that's hit, 55 seconds to go. A lot of talk about 55 of the night. Absolutely. I mean, probably most people don't even know I show speed, but what do we make of him getting bit in the face tonight by a dog? He was barking in a dog's face and he get bit. I mean, what do you expect? A dog he doesn't even know in South Korea. He's an absolute weapon. Cheers for the show. No danger, Silver Wings. Dinky Shorts, Silver Wings, two goats, two super chat goats. We've got 20 seconds to go. Scott Brown has Maddie in his fan. I did not expect that to be one of the last comments on this live stream, but there you go, folks. Scott Brown, will he get the Hibs job? Probably not. We'll probably do a video tomorrow about the update at Hibs odds for manager. We talked about it a bit earlier. Night, 1 second to go. Boom. Done. Thank you guys so much for everything. The super chats, brilliant. Comments, great stuff. Till next time. Hold on, I'll read. Night, Stevie, top man, brilliant. I think Celtic have the advantage as well. Celtic have never won a league title with fans in attendance. All right, topic talker, mate. That's plenty.